Hi. Today's lesson is about three verb forms and their uses. The forms are infinitive with to, infinitive without to, and the gerund, the ing form. Now, let's study these examples.
We must respect the rules. It may be too late. You should work harder. They could win the match. It might rain tonight. They'd better give up smoking. Children can't understand this. I would like to stay. I'd rather leave now. You needn't pay for it. It's free.
So what is the form of the verbs in red? They're infinitives without to. And why do you think they're so? Well, in fact it's because of the verbs or expressions just before them. So after the verbs, must, should, might, may, could, can, needn't, would, had better, would rather, we use an infinitive without to. Here are some other examples.
Let me explain everything to you. Playing sport makes me feel stronger and healthier. Let's go to the park. Why not buy a new car?
So, again, after the verbs let and make, the expressions let's and why not, we use an infinitive without to. In brief, after the following verbs or expressions we use an infinitive without to. Must, should, can, may, might, could, would, needn't, let, make, had better, would rather, let's, why not. Now, let's study some examples of infinitive with to. They agree to lend us the money. She decided to accept his offer. He wants to buy a new house. What seems to be the problem? He promised to help us. Here as you can see, all the verbs in red are infinitives with to. Why is it so? Well, after the verbs agree, decide, want, seem, promise, he must use an infinitive with to. Here are some other examples.
I advise you to change your diet. He attempted to break the record but in vain. Why did she choose not to accept the job offer? How did you manage to make him sign the deal? She didn't go to school. She pretended to be sick. So again after the verbs advise, attempt, choose, manage, pretend, you must use an infinitive with to. There are some phrases and expressions that necessitate an infinitive with to. It is plus an adjective like. It is easy. It is difficult. We also use an infinitive with to with. I used.
It is easy to make an omelette. It is difficult to drive by night. In the past I used to smoke a lot. But now I don't. To sum up, we use an infinitive with to. After the following: agree, attempt, choose, decide, promise, seem, want, advise, remind, expect, I used, it is easy, it is difficult. The third form is the gerund, the ing form. First let's listen to some examples.
I enjoy going to museums. I feel like eating a pizza. Would you mind closing the window? You should keep trying until you succeed. On Sundays we usually go fishing. Don't waste time repairing that computer. We'll buy a new one.
So, after enjoy, feel like, mind, keep, go, waste time, we use a gerund. Now, let's see other examples.
I suggest going to the museum. You should avoid staying in the sun for a long time. When you finish doing homework, come and help me. He admitted stealing the money. His skimpy salary isn't worth doing such hard work. I look forward to hearing from you.
So, all the following verbs or expressions are followed by a gerund. Admit, appreciate, avoid, consider, delay, deny, enjoy, escape, fancy, finish, go, imagine, involve, keep, mention, mind, miss, permit, postpone, practice, reject, resist, risk, suggest, be used to, waste time, understand, can't help, feel like, How about? It's no good. It's no use. What about? Worth. Look forward to. Instead of. In some cases the verb can take two forms. An infinitive with to, or a gerund. Sometimes it changes the meaning but in some other times it doesn't. Now, let's start with examples where the meaning doesn't change.
She began to cry. She began crying. If you continue to do this, you'll regret it. If you continue doing this, you'll regret it. She likes to paint trees. She likes painting trees. I can't bear to see that. I can't bear seeing that.
In all these examples, the meaning is the same, either with an infinitive with to, or a gerund. So, with all these words, begin. Can't bear. Can't stand. Continue. Hate. Like. Love. Prefer. Propose. Start. Dare. Need. We can use an infinitive with to, or a gerund, without changing the meaning. Now with some verbs, the use of an infinitive with to, or a gerund, changes the meaning. Look at these examples.
On his way to work, he stopped to smoke a cigarette.
Here, the meaning is, he stopped in order to smoke.
When he was 25, he stopped smoking.
Here, he stopped the bad habit of smoking. He gave up smoking.
I remember visiting that village.
Here, I visited the village. And then, after a long time, I remembered the visit.
On our way to Ifran, I remembered to visit that village.
But here, I remembered first, then, I visited the village. So, after the following verbs, the infinitive with to, or the gerund have different meanings. Forget. Go on. Regret. Remember. Stop. Try. And finally, here is an exercise to practice the lesson. Stop the video, and do the exercise. Then go back to slides 4, 8, 11, 13, and 16, to correct. Here we come to the end of this lesson. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you.